I said I was going to stay off politics for a while, but I mean, I just cannot help it, man. I just cannot help it. I got to talk about. I got to put my mouth here. Um, Sometime last year, October 20th, when the NSAS shootings happened and occurred, and it was hijacked, it was highly politicized. There were denials, there were lies here and there, and people were, oh, this happened, that happened. And those of us that were very vocal about it, were seen to be, pushing a narrative, or the were seen as those who wanted, the country to not be well. But the truth is, you cannot hide truth under the carpet. When you have a wound, an injury, and you do not treat it, and all you do is you just cover it with a bandage, let me tell you what's going to happen. That wound will continue to decay and deteriorate until worms and maggots start to come out. It will rot, it will start to decompose, because you only covered it, you didn't treat it up. But what you are supposed to do was treat it first before you now cover it. This is what is happening in our country. We just like to cover things, we just like to overlook things, we just like to assume it is okay, assume all is well, assume. Now the report of the Lekki shooting has come out, and then the defense minister still has something to say about the chief of defense staff, still says that he doesn't like the manner in which the report came out. So invariably, you will have given us the chance to doctor the report first, so that what is going to come out will not be authentic. That is what you're trying to say. So, do the Nigerian people not don't they deserve something good from us? I mean, everything that has happened, when we speak, they keep saying that we are lambasting this administration. People are feeling the heat. Things are not well. That is the bottom line, hard fact, truth. A government that does not like to be criticized will not go far. People who don't like when you tell them the truth, who don't like correction, they will not go far. The best people in this world are those that are going to accept correction, because in the place of correction, there's learning. You are going to learn. Now, if you do not want to learn, how are you going to grow? The fact that you are the president or you are some minister does not mean that you know it all. A young boy can actually be the one who knows exactly what to do. A young lad, a young chap. Now, the reports are out. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to wait for the foreign communities or the foreign countries to threaten us first before we do the right thing? People like Lai Mohammed, Garba Shehu, this is the time you should apologize to Nigerians, because you claimed that it was fake news. That was what you claimed. Now, who gave who fake news? Was it the media that propagated a fake news? Was it DJ Switch who gave a fake news? How can you doctor live videos to that extent? How can a live stream be doctored? What I am doing now, how can I doctor it from my phone? How is it possible? You guys are so desperate. You are so desperate for power that you cannot see what is happening in the country. You cannot see that all you are trying to do is bandage a wound. It has not been this bad. I don't care what anybody says. It has not been this bad. It has not been this bad. I'm a HR person. Do you know how difficult it is for organizations to even recruit right now? The other day I went to the market. The things you will buy 100 naira, the next day you go to the market, it's 150, it's 200 naira. And it's not like the standard of living is rising correspondingly the way the cost of living is rising. The cost to be a Nigerian is too high. The other day we wanted to order something. Abroad, and it was going to cost $200. Now, converting the money to Nigeria is over 100,000 naira. Look at how valueless our naira is falling. And you still have these people, and all they care about is propaganda. All they care about is who is going to be the next president in 2023. forgetting that a country that does not take account of its youth population or its youth force is a country that has given itself up for doom. Who are going to drive the policies? Who are going to do all of those things? Is it the old people? These are the people that have been ruling us ever since I was in primary school. I've been hearing these names: Obasanjo, Buhari, Shagari. I've been hearing these people, Babangida, up until now. These are still the same people I'm hearing. Haba. When I know they tire, where are your children? Why don't you expose your children to the kind of hardship that is obtainable in this country? Why do you take them abroad? Why are your families abroad? Why? Look, the Nigerian people are powerful than you. Every leader, anybody who is connected to any leader, I tell them, the Nigerian what you saw in NSAS is just small. I am telling you, it is an ideology. You cannot kill an ideology. It will never die. Forever. History will forever remain that. I hope our leaders knew how the American Revolution started, right? You knew how it started. It started small. That's how it started. You think you have put the people down? No, you have not. You think you can use the military, the force to intimidate the people? No, you can never use force to intimidate people. This is why till now, you have never had Biafra agitation like it is now, because you keep using force. You keep not knowing what to do. This country has never been this disintegrated and divided along religious and ethno lines like this administration. I say it again. This administration. You think people will just wake up and have nothing to do and just want to hate on an administration? No. There is a driving force, and that is what we should be talking about. Why are a particular part of this country saying they don't want to be with this country? You are pushing a one Nigeria analogy by force. It is not by force. Whether you like it or not, if you do not do the right thing, you cannot sustain the one Nigeria ideology with force. No. It is time for you guys to acknowledge that, okay, see, we messed up, and try to use the remaining 1 year and see what amends you can make. But I'm telling you, the Nigerian people are disappointed in all of you. They are not happy with you. Maybe a region of this country who have allowed sentiments and emotions to becloud their correct sense of reasoning. Maybe those people, no matter what this administration do, they cannot see anything wrong in it. Those people, yeah, maybe those ones. But for we, the right people that can see it clearly from a clear divide, we are seeing it very, 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 very clear. And we are telling you that your scorecard is low. Very, very low. Extremely. Because if you look at it, if you want to analyze it very, very clearly, like you're using a lens to look at it, you're not trying to be sentimental or anything. Yes, you claim that you're doing roads, you claim that you are embarking on structural development and all of that, you claim to be doing this bridge and all of that. Now, according to Maslow's hierarchy of need is divided into 5. The base of the need is the most critical of human needs, which is housing, clothing, and shelter. For you to ever get the loyalty of any group of people, you must satisfy these 3 needs first. Where we are right now as a country is what we call self-esteem. We're trying to put ourselves out there to compete with other first world countries. Oh, we're doing structures. Oh, we're doing roads. These things are good. I'm not saying these things are not good. But the thing is, these things do not make sense to a hungry man. A man who is hungry. From a HR perspective, there are no jobs for the youths to do. The youths do not have a job. Now, you clamp down on crypto, you clamp down on everything that the youths can use to even fend for themselves. This country is the most difficult country to run a business. It is not that the Nigerian people are not entrepreneurial. Most Nigerian people I know are entrepreneurial. Most young people I know have a thing they want to do. But the policies are not friendly. Before you even get out a CAC document, before you AMAC, all these Abuja agencies will run you down first of all. You own a building, AMAC will come, this one will come, environmental will come, AEPP will come, even the ones you don't know, gas emission will come, the ones that are collecting money for generator fumes will come. What is it? How do you expect that young person to grow? We are fending, we're not using oil money. Like most of the senators, House of Reps, and all of these big people, I say they are the most laziest in this country because the country feeds them, take care of them, pays for everything for them. They don't even know how it is out here on the streets. They don't have a clue. And that's why they can sit down and talk rubbish when they deliberate. Why? I mean, hey, I just come in on Tuesday, I sit down and you guys pay me millions at the month end. You give me sitting allowance that is somebody's 3 years salary who is hustling. Come on. Now, this is the plight of the Nigerian youth. This is what the youth are clamoring for. The youth are not fighting you, Mr. President. You're not going to use force. This is not going to be solved by force. It is going to be solved by proper critical thinking. It is a skill. This is where our leaders need to go back to school, not the four walls of the university, it's the school of the mind. There are ways to approach issues. There are ways to analyze issues. Now the report has come of the Lekki massacre. Now, instead of our leaders to find a way to pacify the people, their first line of defense is, why did they release it like that? You see, this is the problem we have with you. Yes, why did they release the report like that? So they will have allowed you guys they will have released it to you first so that you doctor it. This is why the Nigerian youths do not believe in you anymore. We don't. And factually, there are lots of young people that are doing great things everywhere. Every day I see them. In my circles alone, I see young people who on their own are doing things. The average Nigerian youth, the average Nigerian enlightened youth is trying to do something to better themselves and better their family. We have a fundamental leadership problem. The leadership we have is more like an autocratic leadership, whereby what we need is transformational leadership. The kind of leaders that will speak to people and make them want to do something. Everything that is to be done in this country is not like it is the president that is going to do it. It is not like it is you guys that will do everything at once. It is the people. You are still going to use the people. So if you do not have that people resource, now that the people they don't believe in you, they don't trust in you, they don't care, that should be your greatest concern, that the Nigerian people do not believe in you. They don't believe in your agendas. Anytime you say you want to do something, the Nigerian people are quick to judge it. This is why you are getting the backlashes, because you have not dealt with the fundamental issues. And Mr. President, I feel like you have very wrong people around you. First of all, because I mean, in a town where there are blind people, the one-eyed man should be king. There should be at least one-eyed man in your cabinet. Loretta Onoche, all of these people are just eye servicers. They're not saying it as it is. So it's either they don't know what it is for real, or they are turning a blind eye to what it really is for their pocket. But you see, the truth is posterity always judges. Now, we that push the NSAS narrative, we are vindicated with this report. CNN is vindicated. We are vindicated. Now, we have not had anything yet from people like them, Lai Mohammed. They have not said anything yet. They haven't. But they were quick to come out on 20th of October last year to condemn and say social media and call DJ Switch unpatriotic. That's a patriot. That young lady combined is a patriot, I tell you. Now, look at people dead. The Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Obafemi Awolowo, even in their death, they are more relevant. Look at where our country has come to. A country where $1 is 570 something naira. As much as we will not complain or say this, as much as we're going to say, yeah, if you have value, you those things should not bother you. But it is a problem. And this is why I want youths in 2023 to stand up. We did it before, and we're still going to do it again. Go and get your PVC, e-voting. It happened in Anambra, right? The people's will prevailed. our will can still prevail in Nigeria. I've not seen the right candidate yet. I haven't. But why don't we push someone out? Why don't we? Why must we always want them to give us envelope to silence us? This is our money. Me and you, it is our money. It is not their money. They are only giving us our money. So collect the money and still vote against them. It is your money. It's your right. It's your right. We keep tearing the fabrics of this country. Never have this country been this divided. Go on social media. Go on all the groups. Post a comment and see the reactions. See the way the country is torn. And you are wondering, you are kicking, like you are saying, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is your problem. Sunday Igboho, no, those people are not your problem. Because before now, we had presidents, we've had ministers, we've had leadership. Had there been this kind of agitation from people, it is because people feel victimized, people feel compromised. And every time you push someone to the wall, when they get to the wall and there is no place for them to get to, they are going to fight back. This is what is happening. And expect more of these kinds of reactions if you don't handle it well. How can people in the north be running free? How can bandits and terrorists be running free? How can they be having a trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and then some elements come there to attack Sowore? How? How did they pass? Because they are from a particular part of this country? How did they pass? And nobody was granted access to that place. And these people came to attack Wole Sowore right in front of the court. And there were security people there. If not the journalists, if not people that brought out their phones and start recording and start going live before police and soldiers started to tear them away. But the major ones had already run. How can people be saying, Kaoshineng, Achiwarshi? How can that be happening in front of security personnel? And they were left alone. And you tell me that this country is one. This is why people don't want the one agenda. This is the problem. Handle the fundamental issues. What we are doing is that we are bandaging a wound. Tell us to treat the wound first. Treat the wound first. Treat it. Put iodine, put spirit, medicine, go inside before we bandage it. No, we just decide not to see it again. That is how the ostrich does. The ostrich, there is danger around. What the ostrich does, he just buries his head in the ground. Has that averted the danger? No, the danger is still there, but the ostrich just pretends as it's not there. And for the more we pretend, the more it's going to keep getting worse. Until we fix it, we must fix it. We're complaining that people are leaving the country. Why won't they leave? We're complaining that doctors and... Look, don't say they are not loyal. They're going to go. Everybody wants to live a good life. Everybody wants to be happy. If your country cannot give you that, another place can give you that, people should go. Fix the country. You are building structures. People are hungry. People are hungry. People have not eaten. You are building structures all over the place, building rail lines. Is that what we want? The roads you are doing, we can't even travel them. We can't even go to Kaduna. If I have certain jobs in Kaduna and all of that, I can't even just wake up and just drive and just go there. No, I cannot. I cannot. This is the ripple effect. So there are certain places in this country that we cannot go. So for now, I probably have a contract. I need to go and execute somewhere in Borno or Maiduguri. I consider it because I cannot go. Now, what does that help me? How has that affected me? It has removed something from me because that job I didn't go to do at Maiduguri, I'm not going to earn from it. If I cannot earn from it, that means my standard cannot improve. So the people that are tied to me, that depend on me, cannot benefit from that because the road is not safe. Why? Because the government cannot fix security. So it is a holistic problem. Let's stop looking at it with religious bigotry. It's killing us too much in this country. It has killed us till now. And that's why a certain part of this country will just want to hold on to power. That's why they just don't want to let go. Because they cannot let go. Because their riches is coming from another part of the country somewhere else. And the people that even have this oil do not even have access to it. And then some other people have more access to their oil than them. And you want to tell me they'll be satisfied? This is the problem. Let's not run away from it. Let us fix it. Go on any group now. Check any comment that talked about this government. You still see certain people, all from a certain side, still support government. And then you see a certain people from another side of the divide, they won't support the government. One Nigeria is not by force. As much as I want the unity of this country, it is time for us to tell ourselves the truth. Is one Nigeria really possible like this? What happened to true federalism? Let every state start to take care of their own. Why would Lagos produce? Why would the produce of Lagos be shared to another state that did not take part in it? Why will people pay tax in Lagos and somewhere in another region they will benefit from it? Why? No. What comes from Lagos should stay in Lagos. What comes from Kogi, my state, should stay there. Let every governor go and develop and build their own state. Let them harness the potential. I'm in Abuja right now. My state is Kogi State, one of the least undeveloped, uninformed under the whole state in Nigeria. Yes, that's it. But look at everything I am doing in Abuja, which is not my own state. I pay tax to Abuja. I do everything. All of my revenues, my VAT come to Abuja. What if that was going to my state? But my state does not have the enabling environment for me to be there right now. So the benefit my state is supposed to enjoy from me, another state is taking it. This is what is happening. So let every governor, let every state go and develop their own. Let us introduce true federalism and let there be a healthy competition. Let Katsina State produce its own thing for its own people. Let Kano, same. Lagos should not produce and Sokoto gets the benefit or Anambra gets the benefit. No, Lagos should produce for Lagos. That's what it should be. That's how it should be, through federalism. That is the way to put every state on edge. That is the way to put everybody on their toes and get to work. Then people will now start bringing their people back. So somebody like me now, the governor of my state will now call me, oh, you're doing great, this and this. Come and be in the cabinet. Call somebody from another place. Come and be in my cabinet. And then you will see how development will take place when everybody can now impute in their own states. But until then, this is where we are. This is where we are.